Doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, we are shedding faucets that are no longer serving us and is leaving you open towards clarity on things you really need to peep out that goes in surroundings and things that approaches you. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you are comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Even, excuse me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very informative to you, give you good vibes, inspiration that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment and needing spiritual guidance or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share them while you're at it. Give it a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. The music, the channel I'm using today is called Spirit Tribe Awakening. I use them a lot in my videos, and the music I'm listening to in the background is called Deep Healing Energy, 528 hertz, miracle music, self-love, healing, meditation, soothing Zen. And I will go ahead and post their description in the the link in the description box below. That one is messing with my heart chakra and is soothing that. It feels weird when you're healing the heart chakra. It just feels like there's pain. It doesn't feel painful, but it feels weird. The video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, when you know that you're dealing with people trying to block, distract you from the fruits of your abundance. It was like I was just, I got a whole bunch of uh, like different content and stuff that I write down, and I just go from there. And I'm like, hey, I rub my hands over like, hey, which one do you want me to go ahead and do? And that one made all my hair stand up, and the top of my crown chakra started itching. I'm like, ooh, okay, I'll do. I was like, I'm gonna do that one then. We have had our fair share of dealing with people that that knowingly and unknowingly um, that can block and distract you from uh, the fruits of your labor, the things that you are working hard to achieve. A lot of times, like I've told people in the past, if you're dealing with people that don't believe in their own dreams, don't expect them to believe in yours. There's a lot of times people that gave up on their dreams because they went through a series of events like we are. Universe will annoy the hell out of you by sending you in certain directions just for you to get a flat out no. And they do that just to see if you're going to be persistent. Are you going to be continuing? Are you going to allow yourself there? They know what you want, but they want to see if you're going to go all in for what you want. Because a lot of times you can say, okay, um, I want to be able to, date somebody or whatever that will end up being my soulmate. But if you have not allowed yourself to sit with yourself and take, priority in healing yourself first, going through a grief period, allowing yourself to see what things you need to heal from, kind of, the deep wounds that you have carried from, a toxic relationship or ending a relationship. I've had a lot of friends that I've connected with, and they were either going through a divorce or they just really got out of a toxic relationship, and they were like, Roz, hey, I'm trying to go on a date, and they already know I'm gonna tell them that what the deal is. It's like I'm trying to go on a date, and then next thing this person I mess with online. Number one, I don't mess with anybody online. They could be anybody, but they would be like, Rosalind, I found out they were dating somebody else, and you're going through this, and I was just like, wait, okay, all right, yeah. So I want you to be honest with yourself now. Have you went through that healing process of when one of my friends was going through a really nasty divorce, and she was just at that point in her life where she just got tired of being by herself, which is understandable. I've been doing it for almost 4 years, but I'm okay with mine. It's just like I won't even talk to nobody where I feel like those vibes are trying to go further than that. Even if you're flirting, I'll block that mess real quick. I'm like, I appreciate it, but Please don't do that. That's so uncomfortable to me. I'm strictly on a network basis. I'm not trying to find anything online or even like a little flirt, because that's not where my heart is right now. It's not where my vibes are. I'm right here doing, what I need to do to heal, allowing myself to, stay where I need to be, because my life is too complicated right now. But if you have not allowed yourself to go through that time of healing, everybody has, when you're ending a relationship or a marriage, you always have to allow yourself to go through a grieving process. And if you're not allowing yourself to do that, it's like things are just going to stay blocking you, because you didn't give yourself that time to heal. So if there's people that are seeing things for you, like I've had incidences where people were rubbing my face. Oh, I found me, and I found this person, I found that, we're over madly in love, and I'm like, I'm really happy for you. But it was like they were giving that vibe off, like they had something to rub in my face, and then come to find out, they were already emotionally triggered by the things I had going on in my life, which made them feel so inadequate, and which you shouldn't do. And I'm not trying to say that in a condescending way or being arrogant or being conceited or anything like that. But when somebody's trying to compare your journey to another journey, that's something that is already beneath you in the first place, because you should never compare your journey to somebody else's, because everybody is on a different journey. You have to see that when somebody sees something and they're constantly looking for validation, like you're feeding their ego when they want to rub things in your face. If you're looking at something like with my situation, people would rub in my face. Oh, I won the lottery on like about 2 grand or 250 grand. I'm happy for you. If I know you've been working hard for that, and there's things that went on in your life, I'm happy for you, because those are the things that you deserve. But if I always tell people, don't do that while you're rubbing that stuff in somebody's face, because if you're doing that, it's not going to end well for you. And it just seemed like every time somebody did that, they came back and tried to, trying to see where my life was, because you already gave that clear conscience, that the clear confirmation that, oh, someone, because when you came at me, or you probably done did somebody else like that, you were bragging about something. It's quick that God and universe can give you something, they'll take it away if you're trying to sit up here and rub it in somebody's face. And I've had that. You have to also look for stuff like that. When you get that dry congratulations, I've had that in my life where, I had different things that was going on that I was trying to get out when it came to my situation. And it was like, I was really happy for that, but I had to go through those life lessons. Don't you ever sit up here and tell somebody about what your next step is, especially if you haven't executed that out and it's in writing and set in concrete, that this is about to happen for you, because people will block you on that. I've had too many people do that. And and it was like, I always tell people, I never let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. There are so many people like, oh, well, let me see this video about this and that and the third about you and your family and you and your dad and stuff like that. And I'm always telling them, if universe wanted you to see that, trust and believe you would have found it already. I'm not about to go ahead and point stuff out. I've even had people that were opening up a new channel, and they asked me, hey, is there something that they know I was always predicting things. And before that, it would either happen like 6 months to a year before then. And they'll come down like, wow, Roslynn, this was like 6 months ago to a year ago. Before this stuff even happened, you already called it out like it was going to happen. I've done that on a few videos, even when it went to a celebrity deaths, about certain things that's happened that they haven't got, even with the not Nyla, but Naya Rivera situation. I said that before they found out what happened. There was a video I did a couple of days before that, and I was hoping and praying I was wrong, but that's what happened. And there was people that will constantly ask me, hey, can you give me some information about something that hasn't happened yet, so you can help me with my videos? That's not how you're supposed to start off a channel anyway. You need to come off authentic. Do your stuff from your eye view. Don't copy off of somebody else's. I've even heard different, YouTube content creators stealing somebody else's work and taking the watermarks off and then try to claim it as their own. Anytime I've ever used any, even like a content of my title, it was even about the one about, what did I say? Your calling is not basic, so whatever you're doing is not basic. It was something like that. And I even gave that girl credit, even if she didn't know it or not. I'm gonna give her credit for that, because that's not something I came up with. So I always, anytime I'm using something that somebody else's, even with the meditation music I use, I make sure I give these people that credit. They done went all the way out their way. I know it's hard with me being connected with universe and source for me to get the information, for me to go ahead and speak on different things, just so like it is for them. So I want to be able to give them that that credit on what they've done. I don't want to never take something from somebody else and say I came up with that. I don't do that. And those are what some people will do. They will try to steal your ideas. And I always tell people, I met people who tell me, Rosalind, I've done this on YouTube, or these people knew I was doing this on, Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr or IG. And then next, they took all the stuff that I was doing and made it as their own. Number one, there's only one you. Even though if they try to make it off as you, they're not being authentic. And if they're dealing with any empaths will know that there's something very shifty and sketchy about those people. I've had people come off on me, and those are another people to look for. When you have people that speak through ego, insecurities, doubt, envy, I've had people tell me, oh, threaten my life, saying, if you say you're a Heyoka one more time, I'm going to come find you. I'm still doing that. And that was months ago. You're not going to scare me from what I was called to do. I've had different people get mad, off of different Native American tribes. And I said, number one, when I start going down chain of events of how I was called to do that, then all of a sudden they stop talking. I'm like, I'm about to, I already know the difference in tribes. I've connected with that. That's something you do not want to mess with. That's like wreaking havoc on your own life. Why would you even want to play with, different things like that? It is just, when it comes to tribes, they hold that very sacred. And they tend to their own on certain, especially when it comes to certain things, when it comes about different things that connect up with nature. You don't play with stuff like that. I'm not going to claim about something that that's not something I bragged about doing, like, ooh, okay, I'm a Heyoka. This is something that I said I want to be a Heyoka today. No, this is something that was guided towards me to do. And I really love that. But there's people that will put you down for those things. I've been called a narcissist. I've been called a bully. I've been called nuts just because of who they found out who my father was. I mean, I've dealt with all those things. When people throw doubt and shade on your situation and they're not supporting the things you got going on, or they mock you, automatically that's something that they have a issue with your path that you're really taking. And you have to allow yourself to know, if they whether or not they throw salt on your game, that's letting you know right there they're not for you as it is. Those are the people that you need to really go ahead and cut out your life. And right now, with everything going on with your purging, you're starting to see the truth in the matter of a lot of people. There's been people I've been connected to for a while, and all of a sudden that vibe started coming off. Like, there will be certain people that were teaching me things, and then I got there were certain things that was coming to me. They may have seen that was very advanced that I shouldn't be doing. That's not my fault. Things fall the way they fall, and then all of a sudden it started getting like that. Or I've had people call me and brag about different things that they had going on. I'm like, okay, I'm happy for you. I don't know why you got that vibe about that, but they already let me know. Oh, okay, so you already gonna be. There was a reason why I took you off of my social media account, because it was like I've said before, I've had like 2,600 people on my Facebook, and it got to that point where I knocked over like close to 20. What was it? I had like almost close to 2,600. Now it's like on my old account, I got like 21 left. I took everybody off because it was either ego driven for me, or it's ego driven for them, or they were there for the wrong reasons in my life. It's like a lot of times when people send you requests, it's not requests just to be able to, oh, they got good things going on, I want to be able to follow and contribute to what they got going on. No, it's for surveillance cameras, because they want to watch what you're doing. They'll watch you. They don't like you. They don't have to like you, but they'll watch every single thing you do. I've had that. I've had people that, so-called, family trying to shut me down on different things. So I went ahead and got me a whole new account. You're not going to shut me down. This is my thing. Because like I said in my last video, if you feel like I'm lying on you, allow me to make a fool of myself. You're trying to stop the truth. That's all on you. I forgive you, but I'm going to go ahead and still do what I need to do. But these are the things that universe is shedding light on to you about. If they're giving you, if you get around somebody that it don't matter if you've been friends with them for umpteen years. I had people that even through my adopted family, we traveled military. So there's a lot of people I grew up with that I've known for like 10, 15 years. I don't no longer talk to them just because of the situations I go through. And when I needed a friend
when they found out the truth about my situation, they ignored me. They would straight curve me every single time, or they didn't want to have nothing to say to me. And I had to really, when I really needed somebody to talk to about all the trauma I was going through and just really understanding what is taking place, I really didn't have anybody I can talk to. And me and these people been friends for years. And there's like, if you are getting to that point where there's people that's been in your life, no matter if it's family members, if you start feeling that you can't, there are certain things you can't talk about because they get apprehensive about things like, oh, I don't want to hear about that. If there's somebody who's really in your life, they're going to allow you to be able to really speak on the things you're talking about. Or you got some people that want to mock you about things that you talk about. Those are the people you need to cut out your life, because see, it's like with us being who we are, we see things, we feel things, we pay attention to things on a much deeper level. If these people are spiritually shook, or still sleeping, or you're disrupting their sleep, they're not going to sit up here and see the things the way you are. They're going to be want to take you to a psychiatrist, see if you need to have a psych eval or whatever, or they're going to try to take you towards a psychiatrist. And if I always tell people, if you need to go see a psychiatrist, find one that's spiritually advanced like us, like Ralph Smart type folks. Because when you're doing stuff like that, when you sit up here speaking your truth, and this is not somebody who's spiritually advanced in that way, they're gonna try to lock you up. They're gonna try to lock you up because you're seeing things in a totally different level than what they're willing to open up and see, and probably try to call you a kook. I've seen different things about how Keanu Reeves has done things. He is really out there in a beautiful way. He's done a lot of good things for people. Even Jim Carrey, he had him a spiritual awakening. All of a sudden, everybody keep on saying, "Oh, he crazy, he crazy, he crazy." When you have awakened, you start seeing things at a high, different level. And there's a lot of people that likes to be ignorant as bliss. When they're happy because they don't see the things that we have to see. They don't have to endure the things that we have to endure. So the universe right now is when you're going through your purging and you're close to your blessing. There's a lot of people that cannot be in your life because a lot of times they see that when people envy you, they'll be trying to find every means and matter to try to make sure they are one step ahead of you. I have my situation like that. I got people too far, too many hands is in my one little, my little purple rain cookie jar. And so with them being in there like that, I can allow myself to be that way. But I'm stern in my beliefs. I'm not sitting up here giving the left hand with the right hand, trying to people understand. I'm not talking about things that I'm trying to achieve that's going on right now, that trying to get myself home. I'm just allowing myself to focus on what's going on with me today, healing where I need to heal from, helping others to help, what they're trying to get to. And with all that's happening, taking place, whatever's for me is going to be for me, no matter who doesn't think I deserve that. So you have to allow yourself to see that, when there's things that's clearly telling you, it could be a home girl that you not had for 20, 30 years in your life. If there's certain things that you're being very apprehensive about, if you're like, okay, y'all live across the street from each other, or you're about to go to that house, their person's house, and you're getting very apprehensive before you go meet them, that's letting you know that your time with that person is parted. And I feel like that with certain things that came in my life. It could be certain anniversaries, like I was dealing with my dad's anniversary. I had to deal with somebody that was constantly sending text messages that day. It was not taking that time for me to have high regards on what I was going through. And it was so many different people. I can say it was a blessing that was sending me good wishes and well wishes. And for them seeing that, they got very pissed about that. So they start sending different things to try to irritate me, and or trying to tag me in something or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, I don't care. I mean, it is what it is, but let me have my time. And that was like right there. I was so wrapped up in the issues I was trying to deal with. I wasn't even paying attention to what she was doing. But after I came back and centered myself, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of things that when it comes to certain things, universal had me push out just to see how people react towards some certain things. And if these people have been in my life for a while, they're already telling me these are the times you need to cut cords, because you should be able to, when you don't sit up here and say certain things for a long time, or push out certain things for a while, that should be, you should be able to have a friend that is going to take you for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's a lot of times I've dealt with that when it comes to other people. And you have to be able to allow yourself, as soon as I said that, that notification came up, you have to allow yourself to see the signs that's coming towards you. You need to cut these people out your life. They have already served their purpose. You know, your ties are severed. And this is time for you to go on. You're heading towards a new chapter in your life. And there's a lot of people that gave up on things that they were supposed to, or don't want to take the sacrifice of change to get any further than what they're trying to get with. They're comfortable with just being. You were not brought here to do that. So for you doing that, excuse me, for you doing that, there's a lot of things that's going to come up that something's just not right about these people. There are certain things that the vibes are giving off that just hurried up and made a detour. Or there's a lot of times people feel like, even when it comes to other empaths, they'll start changing their line of communication because they feel like, oh, if I switch off here, even though that's a good giveaway right there, oh, you don't want to talk to that person. Oh, is there something that you're hiding from me? And if you even know, when it comes to empaths, you already know somebody is not dealing with you in the right way. You know, something's really sketchy about them, even through text messages. I can read it off straight. You know, if I can tell somebody about a dead family member just through a text message, you think I'm not going to be able to sit up here and feel that you being sketchy with me at the same time? I can be able to feel that. But you have to allow yourself to cut off, no matter how hard it is. You have to just tell people, hey, you know, it's people that I, you know, it's not even have to be all sketchy, but if it's sometimes the universe is telling me, hey, they learn what they need to learn from them, from you, and vice versa. You don't learn what you need to learn from them. This is time for your, you know, your time is past with them. It's time for you to part ways. And you're like, hey, you know, universe is telling me it's time for me to part ways. Or if there's somebody just in your life that's too toxic, I've had to do it, and I've had to be having to do that with myself as well. People had to get out of my life because I was still too heavy on the things that I was dealing with, and I had to be able to respect that. But that was also a reflection of me. There's things that I need to change, just like there's things that they need to change. So allow yourself to read into those vibes that are coming off on you, that these times needs to, you know, needs to check out. You need to do what you need to do. You're going through different balances. You're going on new different levels, new challenges that you need to allow yourself to really appreciate on so many levels. But you can't do that with people in your life that is not supposed to be there, because they just for the circles you can keep that can block you from your blessings. So allow yourself to let go when it's time to let go. So I would love to give a post notification shout out to Empress Hut Show, Neo Sky, and Baka Razu, and Eddie Domke. Much love to you as well. Netta and Jay. Robert Colmo said J. Cole, thinking about the rapper. And Lydia Bell and Brett Go Lightly. Much love to you. And Angie Bremer. Much love. And I love the way you spell your name, Angie, if you watch this video. Sorry about that, y'all. Like and subscribe. You know, tell somebody about the channel. They may find something that they needed to hear about this, or they even find something they can relate to. And if you need to get in touch with me privately, you can find me under my name on Facebook Messenger, uh, and just let me know what kind of knowledge you need about your spiritual path, from a deeper understanding. Um, and you can find me under IG, and I'll put my information down there at the bottom. You can find me also as well, whatever you need, towards just to be able to have a deeper understanding about your spiritual path. I try my best to help you. If I don't know it, definitely myself, I will find the information to help you further along in your spiritual path. Whatever we speak on is confidential, so you don't have to worry about that going any further. Um, even know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything you're trying to manifest into your life comes 100,000 times more than what you expected, asked for, prayed for. And same thing with you, it's receiving it. And even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivities, prosperity, words, vibes, frequencies. And I hope you have a blessed week. You know, I know this day, what is it? Yeah, only got one more day into the weekend. So I hope y'all have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible for everything you do. And I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.